yard hydrant is installed. We first have to dig up the place where it's going to be installed, and I typically like to have a line coming out from the house, from your plumbing system, with a valve that you can shut that off and on with. We dig a trench out to where you want that installed. We also install that. We use typically a 5-gallon bucket is what we use to fill up with gravel, so that way when that weeps out, it has somewhere to weep the water out when you shut it off, so that way it's frost proof and it doesn't freeze in the wintertime. We also cover the bucket so that way dirt doesn't infiltrate the bucket and clog up the weep hole. Different counties have different codes. Here in central Indiana, typically the code is around 42 inches. I typically like to bury those at least 48 inches deep, just to have that extra protection. They actually have a weep hole that's designed to let water out when you shut it off, but it should not be releasing water while it's operating or shut off after it weeps out what's in the vertical riser pipe. If it does, it's going to cause, if you have a well pump, it will cause your well pump to run additionally when you are not running water, so you should probably see an increase in your electric bill, or you might hear the pump running or the switch triggering. If you have a city water, what you will typically notice is a high water bill. I use frost-proof hydrants, so those are designed to let the water out below the frost level. That's why we bury them at 48 inches down, so that it can release the water that's in the vertical section of pipe. So a good quality yard hydrant, you should never have to winterize. In theory, they're similar. They shut the water off, like especially a frost-proof hose bib on the side of a house or wall hydrant. It shuts the water off inside, away from where the water can freeze. The same with the yard hydrant. It shuts the water off below frost level and allows that to run out. So they are similar in their design. Well, I like a yard hydrant out, next to the garden. It makes it easy to, have a sprinkler system right there on hand. I install a lot of yard hydrants in farm settings where people are watering their animals and livestock. And it's pretty convenient to have water out in your yard if you have, something far away. You don't have to stretch a hose nearly as far. And they can put out quite a bit more water than most wall hydrants. Typically a yard hydrant is 3/4 or 1 inch inlet, and so you can get quite a bit more water through that than a standard 1/2 inch line in a wall hydrant at the house. Typically a 3/4 and 1 inch are the standard sizes for those. You can go with larger sizes if you need more water, like perhaps if you're running a pressure washer on an industrial scale or a commercial scale. A lot of the farms require a lot more water, so they're using larger pressure washers for the equipment and things, and so we can go all the way up to like 2 and 3 inch if need be. The best way to reach us is by phone at 765-336-9808, especially if you have an emergency.